I'm homeless and don't have a place to go.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Siren Says. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the latest update from the Tophiachu archive. I believe she's throwing shade at a lot of people from the shelter that she was staying at previously. I'm not quite sure. It's going to be a little bit of a late upload for me tonight. I had Dungeons and Dragons tonight, and I had a lot of fun today. It was a great day, actually. And I figure, what's the best way to end a wonderful day? Let's rage bait ourselves by watching some Tophia. And so, that being said, let's get it.
Like, these women, I'm telling you, cuckoo bananas. You're trying to force someone to love you when they don't love you.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
I'm not putting your business out there. Don't get mad at me.
Subscribe if you enjoy, please.
It cannot be a DV shelter because of that. And if people are looking for a DV shelter, that is not a DV shelter. They've already announced that. So there was no daycare next door, so I don't know what shelter you're talking about. The first shelter I ever went to from the carjacking.
Why is she even talking about this right now? I'm already pissed off. She shouldn't be speaking about domestic violence in the first place, I don't think, personally. But also, what the hell? Why are you even talking about this, Sophia? Let it go. Stop talking about whatever shelter you're at. Stop talking about where you're living. Like, you're giving people information about your life, and it's frustrating to hear somebody doing that. Regardless of how I feel about you, Sophia, you shouldn't be giving people information like this.
It was not a DV shelter. I was not near a daycare, so let's not lie. And I didn't get caught filming TikToks on property. Actually, it was a worker that was telling somebody, mind you, you can't really see the background, but was told another worker that I was going live there for whatever.
Honestly, the moment anyone starts talking about, I didn't technically get caught on property or this or that, that just screams you totally got caught. You knew you were doing something wrong. You're too proud to admit it. Like, come on, Tophia, just do better. Like, what the hell? You've already hit rock bottom. You still haven't realized that, but you've literally hit rock bottom. You shouldn't be trying to save face at this point. Like, just admit that you were wrong. People will respect you for it. Jeez.
For reason, it was because I think they were jealous. And I'm not even gonna, why I'm gonna get into
jealous?
Details, because I think, and this is no hate, but they were in love with someone that I think was getting a little too close to me and other people. And
no one's getting too close to you, Tophia. Oh my God. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Oh my God. Humble yourself, Tophia. Nobody wants to get close to you like that. Dear goodness.
I have no control over what goes on. If you're jealous, then I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know why people just, if someone doesn't like you, they don't like you. Fishing for compliments, doing certain things, that to me is weird. But anyways, we're not going to get into the whole thing because...
God, Tophia, you really are a master of projection, aren't you? You really, truly are. It's crazy to me, actually.
I'm not here to bash that person, but I know because they laughed whenever that happened. I don't know what I did to that person. I didn't do anything to that person, so
I refuse to believe that.
I don't know why people want to act all nice and then treat me like shit. I don't bother nobody in real life. I'm not a horrible human being to people, so I don't even...
Toph, you are. I'm sorry. Without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, you absolutely are.
Get that, but anyways, that's besides the point. So the shelter was not a DV shelter, and the reason why my social media was a thing is because that person knew, and they told a worker that I was filming on property or whatever the case may be, which was not the case, and I was leaving property. Even another worker had another resident had vouched for me and literally said that she even seen me leave to go live off property. So, for you to lie and say that shelter is a...
Oh my gosh. My cat can tell that Toph is spiking my cortisol and is coming over and getting all in my face trying to calm me down. Like, That's how stupid Toph is. Like, she genuinely gets me so upset. Like, she's speaking on nonsense. And one thing that I keep coming back to every time I watch one of these videos is that she's talking about things that are completely irrelevant to helping her situation in life. That's the most frustrating thing. Like, she's turning all of this this petty drama in her life, she's turning it into like the only thing that she has. It's the thing that she focuses on. Like, I don't understand why she's not actively trying to get herself into stable housing.
DV shelter? No, it's not. The shelter I stayed at is not a DV shelter. And they say you can choose to be on media or not, which is like TV, the news. Because the news shows up to interview people, because they have media at that shelter, they cannot be a DV shelter.
Oh yeah, I bet you want the media to show up and interview you, don't you, Tophia? I bet you would love nothing more than for the media to show up and interview you. That level of attention would just, oh, you'd be high on that for weeks, wouldn't you?
Because that could put other women in danger. They see a woman in the background and they're fleeing a DV situation, that could be dangerous. They do not want to have the responsibility of being responsible for someone if something happens. They don't have the safety measures for that place to be a DV shelter, so let's not lie on people. I've had whole issues, and to literally say that I got in trouble because this and that, if you heard...
I feel like I had to let her say all of that because realistically what she's saying is the objective truth. It just is grating to hear it from Tophia's mouth. Everything that she just said there is the truth, but it's frustrating to hear Tophia be the one to speak on that when there are so many other things that she could be doing with her life, like talking about DV shelters and trying to like, she's lost the plot so far. Like, come on, Tophia, use your social media presence to do something with your life. Use it to generate yourself an income. Like, just be a little bit more humble. Stop being so full of yourself all of the time, Toph. Like, stop pretending like you aren't in one of the worst situations that a human being could be in. Like, just come on, do better for yourself, please. Like, at this point, I'm so close to begging you to just get a job to better yourself. God. And that's before we even talk about Mamachu.
Heard kids in the background. I literally went to a park. I literally left property to go live. Let's not lie. Someone said that I was going live at Twisters. People literally called Sonic and told them and complained about me going live there, which is why they told me I couldn't be at Sonic. So let's not go lie about...
Like, let's be fucking real here for a second, Toph. You're going live at Sonic. You're complaining that somebody called and reported the fact that you were live at a public restaurant, but you're ignoring the fact that you were live at a public restaurant. That in and of itself, because you had nowhere else to go, that in and of itself is a problem. Like, that is the issue that you should be focused on here. This isn't like, that's like, oh my God, you really piss me off sometimes, Tophia.
About that stuff, because I have way too many issues. Like, I have way too many problems, and I didn't do nothing to nobody. I don't bother nobody in real life. Whatever issues that person had with someone, I don't care. I'm not involved. I was just living my life and having fun and going out.
Why? Why are you doing that, though? That's the thing. You are not in a position in your life where you should be going out and trying to have fun. You need to lock in. You need to figure it out. You need to fucking figure it out, dude. Come on. Like, why are you going out and trying to have fun, going to these concerts, going to these events? Like, that is not going to help you get into a house.
But I don't even know what the whole issue was, to be honest. I know what it was. They saw what was going on. There wasn't anything. I think it was because of the way that person was treating me. Maybe they thought, oh, she likes her and not me, and I don't know. This person's got some crazy people after that.
No one likes you like that, Toph. No one wants to be with you like that. Well, you know what? There are some extremely desperate people out there. I shouldn't say that, but dear God.
I'm like, man, you need to watch out, because, bruh, I don't even be bothering no one. I don't be bothering no one. I do know what the issue was.
You bother me. You bother everybody in my comments. Like, you can't say that you don't bother anyone when you bother a whole lot of people.
It's because that they were in love with someone, they liked somebody that I was friends with, and they took it out on me because for some reason they could be the only one. I didn't have a relationship with nobody. The way that person acted towards me is if you got an issue with that, then you got an issue with that too. I don't know. It was just some things that I didn't like. Walked by and laughed because I got yelled at. Or I didn't get yelled at, but I got told about my.
No, I bet you definitely got fucking yelled at, Toph. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? I would yell at you. I'm not even gonna pretend like I wouldn't. You piss me off.
Social media. What's so funny about that? I never did anything to you, causing me to be isolated, pushing the people away around me, sexually harassing one of my friends.
You push the people around you away. You do that, Toph. No one needs to push people away from you. You do a very, very good job of doing that yourself.
What you did, and that's not professional when you work in a place like that, especially fishing for compliments. I'm not going to get into the whole situation, but I had nothing to do with why that person was mad. I didn't even do anything to you to be that way towards me, besides the fact that I was with somebody as a friend or hanging out with someone that you was in love with, probably infatuated with. That had nothing to do with me, so you're taking it out on me. I don't know what it is about you.
Is this like a delusions of grandeur type situation? Like, is Tophia exhibiting signs of serious mental image? Because there is not a world that I can imagine in which someone would actually be feeling this way about Tophia. Maybe I'm being super judgmental. If I am, call me out in the comments. Let's be real. But I can't imagine a world that Tophiachu would actually be in the middle of some drama like this. I can't imagine that someone... No. She's just got to be lying through her teeth because she wants attention and she wants to feel like somebody wanted her. That's just disgusting, dude.
Jealous people, but they need to step back. They mad because whoever they like could possibly... And this has been in the past, even when I was younger, right? When I was 10 years old, there was this guy we all liked. And my friends would only hang out with me whenever he was around. They would pretend to be my friends, but they weren't really. They started to get jealous when they started to notice that he liked me. And when people start seeing things...
I'm calling cap. 100% cap. There's no way, Toph. You are the type of person who's been this way their entire life. I can't imagine that there was ever a time in your life where you were not completely self-centered, totally narcissistic, always worried about yourself. Like, I can't imagine that there was ever a time in your life where somebody actually liked you enough to cause jealousy between some supposed friends. That sounds like projection. I bet you anything that's one of your friends when you were growing up had somebody that liked them and you were desperate for their attention. Let's be real. Stop lying, Toph.
They take it out on me. It's not my fault that people like me. I just am the way that I am. But to be like, ha ha ha, laugh, that's not funny. I literally leave the property and do what I have to do. And you're just, because you're jealous. It was a jealousy thing over someone else.
No one in their life is ever going to be jealous of you. And it's pissing me off that you're so insistent about it, Tophia. Get real. Please, get real.
And why? I don't bother anybody. I just keep to myself. And then you wanted me isolated. That worked. It's just crazy, and I'm not even gonna get into this situation. Check some stuff, but it's because I left. So the subject had got brought up because of this right here, what I'm sharing. They said I was at a DV shelter. They said that media wasn't loud, but I live streamed and was caught. No, I was not caught. First of all, you can't even see the background. I've already explained that I didn't go live.
Ugh, God, Toph. Keep digging yourself into a hole, please. Like, I don't even have to, like, I haven't done any research, but there's a small part of me that's telling me that I don't have to, and I'm sure that there are people who are far more diligent than I am that have gone back and cross-referenced all the footage that you've made available, right? The reason, like, the fact that you're defending yourself tooth and nail at this point is just suspicious in and of itself. It's leading me to believe that you've got something to hide. Like, maybe you were live streaming in a place where you shouldn't have been. Or maybe it was a situation where no one had explicitly stated that you couldn't do it, but nobody liked the fact that you did it. Like, that's also a thing. Like, there's so many non-answers that you've given. There's so many non-truths that you've spoken, Toph. Like, it's hard to believe you when you say anything at this point.
On property. The reason why my social media was brought up, somebody at the shelter knew me from social media. At first, they were nice. Then they caught feelings for someone that I was hanging out with. I'm not gonna put all of that out.
100% cap. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that somebody working at a shelter was jealous of somebody that was hanging out with you, because anyone that's hanging out with you has horrible taste in people, and anyone who has a job is not going to be interested in somebody that's interested in a homeless person. Let's be fucking real. That's toxic and weird, Toph. Like, get out of the delusions in your head.
Out there, but that's what happened. Because of that, they started picking out anyone who was getting too close to her. I don't got anything to do with that. So I'm just minding my own business. One day I get called over. They say something about going live. I said, no, I haven't went live. You can check this. I leave.
Wait. You're insisting that... Okay, either I'm a little too lit Romney, because I distinctly remember you saying that there was nothing wrong with you going live at the shelter, but now you're saying that you were called forward and, like, people asked you if you did go live and you said no, I haven't. So it's like, what's the truth here? Are you allowed to go live at the shelter, or are you not? Because you're giving conflicting information here. And like I said, I'm a little intoxicated right now. I kind of have to be to get through these fucking Tophia archives, but that's just 2 + 2 is not adding up to 4 right now, Tophia.
Property to go live. Another resident confirmed that I had been going live and leaving property to go live. So she walks by and she's like, ha 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 ha, just like laughs at me, and I'm like, what's funny?
You? I would laugh at you. I wouldn't be able to help it, Toph. Are you kidding me? The level of audacity that you carry throughout daily life and just the hilarious things that you take part in, I would have a really hard time not laughing at you.
What was, and then the place got doxxed. I'm not going to accuse anyone. I'm gonna say allegedly, because to me,
You are the reason. God damn it, Tophia. You lack so much self-awareness. You are the reason why that place got doxxed. Nobody in that place would have gotten doxxed. That location wouldn't have been revealed if you weren't such a piece of shit on the internet. I will be honest. It's your fault. You should be ashamed of yourself. You need to get off the internet and go put the fries in the bag.
The only person who knew that I was truly there was that person. And then tried to blame it on said friend of mine and say, oh, maybe she's the one that leaked your information. I know that person would not leak my information for no way, considering the fact that she had her own stuff going on, and there's a whole
I hate to ask, but if you've made it to this point in the video, if you are able to pull up the receipts, can you post that in the comments for me? Because I'm going to have to go on a deep dive and find this tomorrow after I take care of my errands, because this is bothering me. I need to figure out when she was doxxed, what the location was. I need to be more informed on this. At first, I started this series because I just wanted to yap and have fun with it, but now Tophia is getting to the point where she's pissing me off enough to where I need to have receipts, so I have actual real information to reference when I'm talking my shit on her. So if you're able to give me like a lead on how to figure out this information, please post that.
reasons. But to literally try to say that my other friend leaked my information was crazy. And I even told her that. I was even like, she said that you leaked my information. I know that was not true. You ain't gonna turn me against her.
You
So
did. You absolutely leaked your people's information. There's no way around it. I absolutely 100% believe that you were heavily involved in that. Even if not directly, you still had a hand in it. And no matter what, Tophia, none of this would be happening if you didn't have a presence on the internet. And even if you did have a presence on the internet, if it was a more positive presence on the internet, this wouldn't be happening. Your friends wouldn't be getting doxxed. People's lives wouldn't be affected in a negative way if you just got off the internet and focused on yourself, put the fries in the bag, got a job, went to Target, got a job, got into production, did something with your life, Toph, please.
Have her to yourself. That ain't gonna work. She already knew. She didn't want her. She didn't want you. What do you want? I don't know why people get so jealous that they take things out on me. They think I'm supposed to be someone that's not smart. That I know what's going on. I know for
You're
a
not
fact.
smart, Toph. You don't know anything for a fact. All the facts that you're spouting are completely made up on the spot. I know that because nothing you've ever said has taken any ounce of accountability. Everything that you say is deflection. Like, literally, you've never once taken accountability for the situation that you're in. You've only ever complained about it. You've only ever complained about other people. You never have ever said, you know what? I shouldn't have done this. I should have made better choices. I wouldn't have gotten to this point. So automatically, I have a hard time believing anything that comes out of your mouth because you're just going to blame everything on somebody else. And that's quite honestly despicable.
That my friend would never do that to me. But anyways, you can lie. The first shelter that I ever went to after the carjacking was not a DV shelter. And it was some stuff that went down. And it was over jealousy. And I had nothing to do with that except exist. I just hate it when people get...
Cap. Doubt. I'm pressing X for doubt. There's no way that's true, Tophia. You're coping. You're lying. I refuse to believe that that was the case. It just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. There's no way.
Jealous. It just annoys me. And then to sit back and try to tell me about my own friend and say, well, maybe nah, I know she wouldn't do that for a fact. And there are specific reasons why I know. Oh, she left and you want to try to put that in my head. No, goodbye. Well, it's because I was getting close to the person that they were in love with. That's why.
Again, this is the last time I'm going to say this. And if you even, honestly, I'm getting sick of hearing Toph talk about this. So for all of our sakes, if she keeps going on this rant, I'm going to skip forward into the video. This is the last time I'm going to say this. If I refuse to believe that, and even if it is true, if someone is in love with someone who is showing romantic interest in a homeless person who lives in a shelter, that is a red flag for me. And I'm saying that as a homeless person, I'm not homeless anymore. I'm a little drunk. I'm not homeless anymore, but I was. I've been homeless twice in my life. I've been pretty upfront about that. I've answered questions about that. That's a thing that I've carried with me. And that is why I'm saying it's a red flag.
Nothing to do, maybe it was a little jealousy towards me, because when you see someone getting close to somebody that you're in love with, that you want to be with, you want to have a relationship with, of course that's going to make you do things
so weird for this,
to that person.
I gotta skip forward. I'm not even gonna edit it out. No one's gonna be jealous of you. All right. This next chapter is called TikTok Star. I can't imagine that this is gonna be any better. This is just gonna piss me off even more.
Okay, hey, TikTok Star. Hey, this is a TikTok star. You're in a setting where you're supposed to be professional. I'm homeless and don't have a place to go. And I have to be stuck here in this.
You choose to stay homeless. You choose to be there. You don't have to stay there. You choose to stay there because you're too lazy to go get an actual job and a place to live. So don't even try and fucking pity farm or whatever you want to call it. Don't even try that shit, Toph. You're pissing me off already. Again, even more, all over again. You choose to be homeless.
And I have to be stuck here in this environment because I don't have anywhere else to go. And I get it. I don't want the special treatment. I don't want the favoritism. I didn't want to be known as a TikTok star.
Yes, you do.
I know that I went viral and people have seen me, but then it went from that to now, because of the favoritism and because of whatever was going on, now you turned evil and you turned against me because of someone that you were.
You turned evil? You turned against me? How much more full of yourself could you be, Tophia? Seriously, who do you think you are? And I don't mean that in oh my gosh, who do you think you are? No, truly and genuinely, who do you think you are? What level of importance do you think you're actually at to denote this level of attention? Or you're literally demanding adoration. You're demanding that we, you're just, it's mind-boggling the level of self-righteousness that you have. You're so incredibly out of touch with reality. It's crazy. I can't wrap my head around it.
I was in love with that was getting close to me friendship wise, or maybe you thought was getting way more close to me friendly way. I don't know what I'm talking about that, because it's not about them, it's about my situation. Well, the person that doxed me was a worker there, and I was a nice person. And the reason, well, allegedly, I believe, because that's the only person that knew me from social media.
Okay, right. That's what I thought. I was like, allegedly, the person that doxed you is a worker there. I don't believe that. What I believe is that you doxed yourself in some fucking convoluted way, but you're too embarrassed to admit. Like, I don't know enough about your lore to actually have the receipts for this. So please, again, if anyone in the comments can give me a reference point to go check back on this, because I really want to be able to rub this in Tophia's face, even if she never sees this. I want to have the evidence to be able to rub it in her face. I sincerely doubt that any worker at that shelter cared enough about you to go ahead and do something like this. You're so full of yourself, and regardless of what did actually happen, I think that you're just far too embarrassed to even admit that, and you're just hiding behind anonymity and like trying to blame this on some faceless person because you're too embarrassed to admit that, yeah, you fucked up. Like, come on, Tophia, again, do better for yourself.
That also knew me. There were some things. So the reason what happened was she told one of the other workers that I was filming and going live and doing things on property. Then she laughs at me. Mind you, this is all for the sake because she was infatuated and in love with someone that I was friends with. Mind you, a lot of crazy people are after this woman.
Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at this. So I've been watching this video for 13 minutes. For 13 minutes, she's been repeating herself. She's like, Cyrax. Hey, Tyler. Hey, Tyler. Hey, Tyler. Come on, man. You're literally going in loops. This is why I say that you don't have anything else going on in your life, and it's why you focus on stuff like this, and why you make up stories and overinflate things to where like they seem bigger than they actually are, because you literally have nothing else going on. And what I'm watching right now is a chopped and edited and condensed version of her live streams. This isn't even a full VOD of whatever her live stream was. So I can't imagine how much longer she spent talking about this, because this is already mind-numbing for me. This is the type of stuff this is why I always say that watching her videos is an endurance. It's like an endurance sport, watching a Tophia live stream, because you really have to be strong to do it.
I'm sorry, I'm not putting your business out there. Please don't get mad at me. But it's true. Like, these women, I'm telling you, cuckoo bananas. I kind of see why, but anyways, changing the subject. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't got no involvement in that whatsoever because of your feelings towards someone. Like I said, when you see somebody with someone that you're in love with, of course you're going to be jealous and you're going to do some things to ruin some things. It didn't work because, to me,
okay, I have to pause this. I'm going to pause this and stop recording for a second. I can't in good conscience expose you guys to like fucking 30 more minutes of this. I'm going to look for anything else that's relevant. All right, we're going to pick it up here. It seems like she actually is talking about something other than a shelter worker being jealous of her.
I don't have another place to go, and I just have to make do with what I got. It was like, hey, TikTok star. When I first got there and she first seen me, she recognized me from TikTok. She's a worker that works there.
Oh,
I was like, oh. Then it started to become some slight favoritism. It wasn't like I could get away with doing things, if that made sense. I followed the rules. I didn't try to take advantage or try to do what I wanted because
I think I'm actually going to have to stop it here for tonight. I'm getting a little too heated. Over half of this video has literally been her talking over and over about just some a supposed worker at a shelter being jealous of her. Like, that just doesn't track. Like, that's just, I refuse to believe that that's actually true, Tophia. You're trying to deflect from something. You're trying to obfuscate facts. And the reality is you should be talking about, oh, I went to this place. Oh, I put in this application today. Like, oh, can you guys, like, it's like there's so many other things you should be focusing on other than some supposed romantic entanglement. No one's jealous of you, Tophia. No one wants to date you. No one wants to be with you. No one wants to hang out with you. Because if anybody wanted to hang out with you, you would be spending time with people more often than you were live streaming. And like I said, you've been like a new episode of your arc has dropped every single day for the last week. Like, I think this is genuinely the first day that something hasn't dropped. It's like, come on, Toph, do better. But if you've gotten this far, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. It's been an outpouring of support in the comments. I love to hear your guys' take. You guys crack me up. I may be the one yapping on the mic, but you guys are the fucking hilarious ones. So please just comment if you want. If you've got your own shit to talk, please put it in the comments. It's really fun for me. It's super entertaining. And yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.